Hello everybody, welcome in here to the Truth Serum. Joey the Truth Wagner with you. Playoff baseball is finally here, and it took an extra day of the season and a doubleheader this afternoon between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves to finish off this postseason bracket and find out which teams are in the postseason. We'll be going through from the Wild Card Series all the way to the World Series. So make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. And you bet this was a dream today for MLB, because the final playoff spots were not determined until the final pitch of the season was thrown. It literally went down to the final game and the final pitch. But let's get to it. In the Wild Card Series, American League side, best of 3, all played in the home team's ballpark. We'll start with the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers were the Cinderella. They were the Cinderella of this year. They were 8 games under 500 in mid-August, yet they clawed back to get to 86 wins in a playoff spot. Unfortunately, the clock strikes midnight. Cinderella loses her glass slippers. The superior roster, pitching and offense, wins, and that's the Baltimore Orioles. Next up, Houston Astros, Kansas City Royals. All 3 of those games are played in Houston. And I will go with the home team Astros. They have Altuve, they have Bregman, they have Alvarez. And they have all of these players that have done it before time and time again. The Astros this year are going to try to get to their 8th straight NLCS. I don't know if they get that far, but they'll at least get to the division series after defeating the Royals. Let's go to the National League side. Padres and the Braves, Brewers and the Mets, and everybody, what Atlanta had to go through just to get to the playoffs, I think is too much for them to overcome. Chris Sale, their best pitcher, did not pitch today because of back spasms. How long will those spasms last? Will they keep him out of the Wild Card Series? Also, Atlanta used Rafael Iglesias and Jimenez, their 2 best relievers, in both games of the doubleheader. So they are on fumes. They are on empty. Padres a little bit of rest. And they defeat Atlanta. Next up, Brewers, Mets. Again, the same thing. I think the Mets are just out of gas. 3-game series over the weekend. 2 more games on Monday against the Braves. Game 1 being an absolute classic, but that takes a ton out of a baseball team. Takes a lot out of them. I'll go with the Brewers to defeat the Mets. I did not like picking the higher seed in each matchup, everybody. The series out of all of them that would have the best chance of an upset would probably be, I'd say, Kansas City over Houston. But I'm going with the Astros and their experience. But this means we have some unbelievable division series here. We have the Yankees and the Orioles. We have the Astros and the Guardians. Have the Brewers and the Phillies. And again, in the playoffs, we have the Dodgers and the Padres. Wow. 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 Let's get to it. New York Yankees, Baltimore Orioles. I know the Yankees won the division, everybody, but they are so Juan Soto and Aaron Judge reliant that if either of those 2 guys are not on their A game, they are not going to win. And I think that they will not be on their A game enough to defeat the Orioles. The Young O's will move on to the championship series. Next up, Houston Guardians. The Guardians, I love their pitching. The back end of their bullpen is unhittable. Emmanuel Clase, best closer in baseball this year. ERA sub 1, nearly had 50 saves. Cleveland leaning on their bullpen to get to this point, and they will do it. And we'll have a couple of young teams battling it out in the AL for a chance at the World Series. Cleveland beats Houston. I'll save the Dodgers and Padres series for last because I think that will definitely be one of the better series in the division series if the wild card goes as planned. So we'll talk about Brewers-Phillies first. The Phillies have home field. That atmosphere in the postseason is remarkable. You have Zach Wheeler, you have Aaron Nola, you have Ranger Suarez as a Swiss Army knife, and you have the bats of Schwarber, Harper, Trey Turner. They've done it before. The Brewers line up a bit of piecemeal together without Christian Yelich. I will go with the Phillies. In the series that will make baseball fans salivate in October. We saw it a couple years ago. We'll see it again, hopefully this year. According to my bracket, we will. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers the higher seed. Padres beat them in 2022 in that division series. And guess what? I think the Padres are going to do it again. I think the Padres are going to do it again. They are the healthier team. They have the better, more reliable back end of the bullpen. The Dodgers, can they piece together enough pitching to get it done in a 5-game series? I don't think they can. You have Flaherty. You have the young rookie Japanese right-hander that they signed for $325 million. But after that, what else do they have that you can rely on that's of any good? Clayton Kershaw's hurt, so will he pitch? Walker Buehler hasn't been the same since Tommy John surgery. There's not enough reliable pitching for them to get outs. So I'll go with the Padres to win. Which means in the championship series, American League side, Baltimore, Cleveland. National League side, Padres, Phillies. On the American League side, young rosters, really young teams, up-and-coming teams here. The Orioles, they've been building for this for years. Building for this for years. They endured a rebuild of multiple 100-loss seasons, where they were by far the worst team in baseball. And this year, they're going to get their reward, because I like their lineup better than Cleveland's. And the Baltimore Orioles from the American League will be playing in the World Series. Now the National League side, Padres, Phillies. I really like both of these teams. The bullpen for the Padres back end is locked down. You have the right-handed closer, Suarez. You have Jason Adam. You have Maury Holm, the lefty out of the bullpen. The Padres went all in this year, especially with relief pitching. And when you factor in that, and their starting rotation is getting healthy. Phillies are good, but their bullpen concerns me a little bit, and their bats in the playoffs have gone hot and cold. Padres, this is your year to make it back to the Fall Classic. World Series prediction, Orioles, Padres. 4 seeds from each side making it to the World Series. And my winner of the Fall Classic. And I hope this is a 7-game series. I hope it ends. I hope we get November baseball. Let me look at the calendar here to see if we get, or there's a chance to get, November baseball. I'm pretty sure the World Series begins October 22nd. So let's have it be Game 1, 22nd, Game 2, the 23rd, off day, the 24th, 25, 26, 27. Nope, we will not have November baseball, but we will have a World Series champ, the San Diego Padres. And everybody, that is my MLB Postseason Bracket. Hopefully it is correct. and it is right, and we'll all be swimming with smiles. In the comment section, leave your thoughts on my bracket. If you think I'm right or wrong or crazy, let me know what you think. But signing off here from the Truth Serum, Joey the Truth Wagner saying happy playoff baseball, everybody. We'll see you next time.